Right, okay. Well, let's get started, shall we? Because I don't think
Yes.
many more people are gonna come in, and if they do, we can let them in anyway. Well, it's Thursday. We're here. Not many people are here, including Wesley, because he's at Dutch squad training again. It's like he does it on purpose. He picks Thursdays every other week. Outrageous behaviour. But anyways, hopefully we're all well. We're all doing good. We are going to work on a few things tonight, which are mainly basic blocks. But before that, let's give a shout out to our sponsors, Kyokushin World Shop and Aerofit. Both great brands. Get involved. And if not, hey, you're missing out. So we're going to work on basic blocks today. And we're going to work technically on basic blocks. So not necessarily lots of hard work. I'm going to go through maybe some of the finer details of the blocks so we can work on doing them correctly. I had a big bugbear in my dojo last few weeks about people doing blocks because people tend to break blocks down into two movements. So we're going to try and avoid that. I'm not going to do thousands and thousands of them. Don't worry. Maybe hundreds, but not thousands and thousands. Because people need to realize that blocking is as important as attacking, because if you're not blocking properly, then you're going to get hit a lot. If you get hit a lot, well, you might get hurt a lot, or you might be just very well conditioned and it might not matter. But ultimately, we should be blocking a little bit more than maybe we do. As Wesley's not here, we're going to do a little warm up. It's not going to be a super intensive session, but you know, a little limber up never hurt anybody. So let's get started. Any questions? The chat's around. Like I said, there's not many of us, so if you have any questions, please let me know. Right. Swing it out. Just forward and back. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, ish, ach, I, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, ish, ach, I, ju. Okay, little circles with the arms, warming up the shoulders. Ni, san, shi, go, rook, shish, hach, ju, ju, and backwards. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, shish, hach, ju, ju. Forward, slightly bigger. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, shish, hach, ju, ju, and backwards. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, shish, hach, ju, ju. Forward, full circles. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, shish, ach, ju, ju, and backwards. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, shish, ach, ju, ju. Okay, hands on the hips. Just going to twist one way and twist the other. And we're looking for two pushes. Okay, warming up the back. Okay, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, ish, ach, ju, ju. 10 more. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, ish, ach, ju, ju. Okay, so just want us to rotate from the front this time and start warming up the core. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, ish, ach, ju, ju. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, ish, ach, ju, ju. Okay, so from there, we're just going to come from the hip, out, hip, out, hip, out, hip, out each time, making sure that we're keeping essentially the legs are going to stay in the same place. We're going to twist the body just like we might do in a block and open the shoulders. Twist, open, twist, open. Okay, we're going to do 20 on the right, 20 on the left. Think about trying to plant the feet in a basic position, so we're always thinking about these type of movements at the moment. You can probably tell that we're going to use them quite a lot when we do the blocks. Okay, so ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, ruk, ish, ach, hit, ju, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, ruk, ish, ach, hit, ju, ante, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, ruk, ish, ach, hit, ju, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, ruk, ish, ach, hit, ju. Okay, right. Just some circles with the hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, ruk, shish, ash, hit, ju. On the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, ruk, shish, ach, hit, ju. Okay, right. So, like I said, it's not going to be a super intensive lesson today. More instructive. Hopefully, we go through a lot of finer details on all of the blocks. Not to say that you're doing them badly, but it's always good to revisit them and make sure that we're all on the same page as we are all in the IFK effectively. Important fact to kind of think about is that probably a large majority of the blocks that we do are never going to be realistic in terms of fighting. So we need to figure out other ways to block other than maybe a basic blocks like these. We might be able to use elements of it and we might be able to use none of it, but all of them have traditional values, self-defense values, etc., etc. All of the blocks that you block with will be with the forearm muscles. Okay, a lot of people think that you're actually doing the block here and you're blocking with the bone, for example, when you do Chūna no Chūkei. The block is here. This is the focus on the technique, and that will exist in all of the technique. So please bear in mind that when we are doing all of these techniques, that the rotation of the block always comes at the end. The rotation of the block always comes at the end. Much like when we do the punches, the rotation of the fist is the finished article. Now, it happens that we actually punch with the fist this way, of course, but we can punch here and anywhere before that. So think about that. It's very, very important because we're trying to avoid bone on bone when we do every single block. Okay, if we're doing Osayoki, obviously this is very, very easy. Second thing, the reason why we have different hand placements when we do the block, so we have, for example, Chūna no Chūkei Seiken, Shito, and Haito, effectively they are all the same block. We are not blocking with different parts of the hand. We are always blocking with the forehand, the forearm. The reason why we have different hand positions is what you do next. Chūna no Chūkei Seiken, Shito, Shito, Haito, Haito. Okay, it's what happens next. The part of the arm that you block with does not necessarily, well, it doesn't change because we'll always be blocking with the forearm in those particular instances. Maybe for Osayoki, we'll be using the hand as well and Shito, but that's very rare. Okay, so please try and think about that as we go along. Thirdly, and not going to be too many points on this, but I'd like to overview now. Thirdly, what we tend to get in a habit is because we break down blocks, and we will break them down today, but because we break down blocks when we do the actual block in a learning stage, so we always go like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. What often happens is when we start performing these, we go like this. Or here. That's a learning phase. So the beginners, we help nurture them and go through the right patterns when we do the blocks. When you actually do the block though, it should be a complete full movement, not 1, 2, 1, 2. And my dojo particularly, I've been moaning at them over the last few weeks about this, because by the time you do this and hold, and I know you would never block someone like this, but you've been hit, you know, and it's like when you're fighting and you go like this to do the block. It's a waste of movement. It's a single movement, and we must execute all the blocks that we do in the same emphasis that you would do the ski. So if you're driving the punch out here and going like this every time you do a technique, guess what? You're going to get hit a lot. Yeah, that's just common maths. 70 mile an hour and a 30 mile an hour block, the 70 mile an hour is going to get there first, okay? So please do think about that. Last thing before we move on. All single arm blocks have a 45-degree angle on them. All Morote blocks have square shoulders, okay? Now, with the Morote blocks, being square shoulders doesn't mean we have no body movement. We do have body movement on it. You need to make sure that we are moving the body to complement the power, which is why we were doing this movement to warm up on. So we are making sure that the body movement is in time with the arm technique as well. Okay, so that's more than enough talking from me, I'm very sure. Any questions as we go along, please ask, but you're pretty high grade, so I'm sure you won't need any help. We're going to go through the syllabus and we'll see how far we get along, and hopefully I can make a way all the way through. If not, then we don't, and we can always revisit another time. So obviously we've got Jordan Uke and Maigen and Bry, and what we will try to do is then we will do all the single blocks, Jordan Uke, Maigen and Bry, and then we will join the syllabus together in their blocks. Okay, so you do Jordan Uke, Maigen and Bry together, and then we'll move on to Churin Uke. Then we'll move on to Soto Uke, Churin Uke, Soto Uke, yada 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 yada. So we're always going to try and add a minimum of 2 blocks together, provided we have the capacity in the brain. Okay, right. Okay, so Furudachi, Yoidachi, yoi. Okay, we're going to stay in Hekodachi for the first one, and we're going to be starting with Jordan Uke. Okay, so Jordan Uke, I see a lot of people tending to do this. Okay, so we have a really straighter arm than what we should do. The reason people do that is because they're thinking about, obviously, this sliding off the side. And that's a perfectly plausible explanation. But what we want to do is make sure that we get the elbow up so that we're protecting from the top and round the side more. Okay, obviously, if you're here, like we see a lot of the older generation doing, and Sosai did this as well, this is fine for detracting here. It's not protecting around your head too much. Okay, remember, we're blocking with the forearm and not the wrist. A lot of people tend to do this with the block and think that your wrist is going to save your life. Okay, this is going to break really easily. This will break, of course it will. Anil can probably tell you that, my friend. But this is going to break a lot more difficult. Okay, again, don't show too much wrist when we're doing the block, but we want to be angling here so that if it is a sharp object, it doesn't cut anything major like arteries. Okay, so we're coming down, we're coming across, not square like we teach beginners. We want a little upwards motion because as this rotates through, it ends up here. What we don't want to be doing is coming straight up like here and not engaging these lax muscles as we do it. Okay, so we're coming down, we keep the angle here, we come across, now we're starting to come square, and now as we're pushing up, we're angling this body as we should do in 45 degrees. Let's do 10 of these slowly, okay? And hopefully I can go through every single block like this, give you bundles of information that maybe you know or maybe you don't know. Okay, so if I'm going too slow, just let me know. Yeah. Okay, right. So left arm up, Jordan. Okay, remember elbow out nicely, not square. We still want the angle to detract the block, but don't go straight here. And always, of course, we are blocking above the head. So nice and easy, no tension, just a nice smooth block. Itch down through and up, making sure that we're transferring the weight through the technique. Knee through and up. Sun, she, go. Rook, pushing up the arm. Shish. Ach. Hit. Cheer. Nicely done. And let's do 10 proper ones this time. Ready? Ach. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Right. Ash. Ash. Hit. Ji. Shia. And relax. Okay, so obviously we're trying to mirror the slow version with the faster version. And when we're doing the slow versions, we're not thinking about them pauses and the breaks and the blocks, so that we progress nicely through with an explosive one movement technique. Okay, next one, Maigen and Barai. So obviously it starts just outside the hip. We're going to come into the center, as we know, all the way up to the ear. And this is where we start to twist and come square, not back here. Start to twist and square. And then we're coming down the arm. And don't forget, the twist comes at the end. Center, up, down the arm, pulling back, in, finish and complete the block at the end. Okay, make sure, very common problem, people think they've got big old ears, and they don't, all the way up to the ear, and we're twisting in, elbow pointing down, not up. Again, we probably all know this, we all take it for granted and make these mistakes, I probably do as well, so let's really try and focus on quality techniques all the time. Okay, left arm down, slightly off center, outside the hip. Angle on the shoulders to start. Okay, 10 slowly to start off with. Itch. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Rip. Ish. Ish. Kid. G. And good. 10 good ones this time. And remember, it's one complete technique, not a pause and then a drive. Up, down, nice and explosive each time. Okay, ready? H. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Right. Ash. Ash. Head. Ji. Shia. Good, good. Okay, so let's join the two together. We've got Jordan Uke, Maigen and Barai. Jordan Uke, Maigen and Barai. What we're going to do is we're going to do 2 slowly on each arm. And then we're going to do 3 explosive on each arm. 1 count equals 2 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Effectively. Okay. Nice and fast. So let's go with the left arm up. So we're going to start right, right. Nice and easy, slow ones to start off with. Think about the focus on the technique. H. Knee. San. She. And now we're on to the fast ones. Complete techniques. H. He. San. She. Okay, so remember, when we do multiple blocks, we still need to think about there's an element that brings us square again. Maybe not exactly square. I don't expect us to be going all the way here, all the way square, all the way back. But we have to think that we're not just going 1, 2, because this is a very common problem when we do Taikyu Sonich, for example. Everybody, I see it all the time, they go like this, 1, 2, rather than 1, turn through, fully, pull back. 1, turn through fully, pull back. We always see this short cover with a real bent arm here. So what happens from this side? Everybody goes like this. They've got a bend on this arm, and then they do this. And I know I'm in a really bad stance, and that kind of goes with it. But what we want to be doing is coming through, nice deep cover, and then we pull back. So make sure that on all of these double blocks, 1, 2, 1, 2. There is an element of this movement again. 45, bring yourself square-ish, 45 again. Okay, all understand? I'm sure we do. Right. Next grade, Chunin no Chuke. So, important thing, hand is the height of the jaw all the time. Closed hands, always the height of the jaw. Open hands, fingertips will be the nose. We close the fist, it's your jaw. Okay, try it if you don't think I'm telling you lies, but it is at least the way on my body. Maybe I'm just oddly shaped. So, Chunin no Chuke. Again, we're just off the shoulder line. We've got the angle on the shoulders, and again, we are jaw height. What we're looking for is a 90-degree turn. We elevate up to the jaw, and this is where our block is. The common problem with Chunin no Chuke is everybody wants to block here, like we're showing the bicep muscles. Okay, 90-degree angle from the hip, flat, bring it up in line with the jaw, and we can see that this is elevated in front of the body. We want to capture these blocks before they get to us, people. Yeah, there's no point in blocking here because I'm telling you now, I've already hit you. Okay, I might not be as young and quick as I used to be, but I will still get there, I promise you. Yeah, if you're blocking me here. So, out in front, nice, out away from the body with all of our blocks, that is. Off the shoulder line. We're going to come through into the center, just like we do our Chudan ski. Under the arm, and this is where we again start to get this rotation, and we are flat, like for like, not here in this position. I'm always a stickler for this. If I don't touch my lax muscle, there is an element that this could be wrong. Okay, because I see loads of people doing the Chunin no Chuke from here. Under the body, so we come all the way to the center line. This is very important, especially in the self-defense elements. Loads of people, they leave the arm out here, and then they flick the block through. Get it all the way through the center. We're now engaging the lax muscles, the core muscles. We're parallel with both the hands in the same line. As we're doing the block, it's coming around the arm. The block is here. The focus is at the end. Center line, under, we bring ourselves squarer, push through, focus, 45 degrees at the end. Okay, again, focus on the block. Don't turn this too quickly, and make sure every single time we are coming around the arm, not flicking through. Hands on the goal, for example. Loads of people do this rather than here. Lots of mistakes, common mistakes, that people just want to do the technique quickly. And I can understand that, but you need to do it quickly and correctly. Okay? If I carry on talking this much, we're not making it past 8 for you. So I'll try and speed up. Okay, right. So left hand out, 10, nice and easy, slow. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rip, ish, ach, ki, ju, and 10 good ones. Ach, yu, san, shi, yo, red, ash, ash, head, ji, shia. Good, good. And relax. Soto-uke is the next. Into the shoulder, parallel to the ground, behind the head, all the way behind the head here. Not here, please. We are not activating the muscles that we need to properly. Okay? So, at the same time, into the shoulder, behind the head, parallel to the ground, all the way behind. From this movement, they work at the same time. Center the block, focus on the end, just past the center line. Loads of us used to do this in the past. We've gone past, the person might as well just hit you again. Just past the center line is all we need, and this is where the angle on the body takes its effect. Because if the punch is coming in this way, I take the block, I use the focus, and on the straight line, the punch would come from the other arm, like this, and it would come across the body and just miss me. That's the ideal world, just missing me. I don't need to do this, because if I've done this, I've gone much wider than what I need to. I've pushed him wider than what I want to, and I can't capitalize. Okay, so do think about this. Now, this is one of them definite blocks that people do a two movement. They go like this: 1, 2, 1, 2, and we do the same when we do like Shoryuken Gammon and Tetsui Komikami, because it's more of a labored move, you know, whereas we need to explode every time. So please think about that. Even when you're doing it slowly, try not to get that pause in. We come across, we get the tension on the core, we rotate through, rip these muscles, and control the focus towards the end. Block, focus. Don't turn too soon. Okay? Right. Left hand out, 10 nice and slow. Okay? Just past the center line. Be strict on yourself. You can see yourself in the camera. Is my angled shoulders? Are my shoulders angled? Not is my angled shoulders. Okay, ready? Let's go. Ich, ni, san, shi, yo, ruk, ish, ich, get, and 10 good ones. Remember, one movement, not a pause here, please. Okay, ready? Let's go. H, D, 10, G, go, red, H, H, head, G, shear. Okay, two techniques. Uchi-uke, Soto-uke. Now that we've got two techniques, we're probably going to do one or two things. We're going to flip this, or we're going to do this. Yeah? Pinch through, get the lats muscles strong, and these little intercostal muscles between your ribs. Yeah? Here, we're not engaged, and we're definitely not blocking. Here, we can feel this little muscle, this really prominent one in between the obliques, working. We can feel this, working. Around, around. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now this one does promote super rotation on both blocks. Okay? So please do think about that. Same thing. 4 slow and then 6 fast. Okay? Let's go. Left arm out to first. Outside the shoulder, square just past the solar plex. Remember the locations. Ready? H. Ni. San. Shi. Good. Quick ones now. H. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now ready. Okay, get yourself a little drink, you can relax a little bit. It's not hard, but it's good to break up the momentum. Is everything making sense to everybody? Because I realize I'm talking a lot. I've used probably 30 minutes on 4 blocks, and hopefully I'll improve and get quicker. But it's really, really important because people don't focus enough on completing a great block. And this is what I really want to work on today. Maybe John can go for his showdown next year. It's only been about 30 years since he last graded. Actually, I don't know the period of time, but he told me earlier he's been training since like 86, so he's due it. Okay. Right. So now, moving on to HQ. Morote Chunyosuke and Uchiyoke Gedenbarai. Both two-handed blocks, and remember what I said about them. They end up being square. They end up being square. Yeah? But we need here, again, the lats muscles, the intercostals, pushing round. Up. And this one, there's not much movement at all on this, okay? But we do need to generate power from this part of the body, okay? Let's go. Rotate Chunyosuke, exactly the same height as Chunyosuke. It's exactly the same position as a Chunyosuke. The only difference is we have the supporting arm on the forearm, and it's a fist above from where your elbow is. I see loads of people doing this, and I see some really bad people doing this on the bicep, on the forearm muscle. Now, this is just a momentum of a push round. Here, nice and parallel, not this, please. If it's going to support, it's got to support well. And this is predominantly used as a break, not a block. It's predominantly used as a break, not a block. Okay, meaning break and block. We all know this. So there's often 2 options to use. And sometimes, if you go down Cameron Quinn's route, it can also be a strike as well. We can strike with blocks also. Okay? Share Cameron Quinn. Check him out. Okay, right. So, Morote Chunyosuke. So again, we're coming into the shoulder. We're priming. We're angling from here because we know we're going to come back square. Around, square. Angle, take the tension, push this around in the same movement as the body. Not here, not here. Angle, push through. And we should be feeling this from the legs, also rotating around, take the pressure on the legs, little bend on the knees. Nice, easy technique, okay? But please, please, please remember, angle, square, not just an arm movement. You won't break anything, okay? Left arm out. So, 10 slowly. Ready, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and nice and strong ones. Remember, whip it round, get that nice and control. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Drop the right hand down. Remember, Uchiyoke Gedenbarai. Out. Like we were doing my Gedenbarai. Chunyosuke. Exactly. It says it would say on the tin. But people often, when they go 3 up, 3 down, they end up doing this. Yeah? The knees there needs to be in front. Okay? Part of the jaw is the finish point. The finish point of the technique. Now, don't forget, we should raise, across, brush through, block. Outside the shoulder, outside the hip. Don't be too narrow here. Chest up, shoulders down through the middle. elevate, across, through, again, pivot on the ends. Okay, 10 nice and slowly. I'm cautious of time. I really like to get up to the high rate ones. Okay, ready? 10 slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure we're finishing height of the jaw. Go, raise, height of the jaw. Rip. Hit. And the same again. Remember, don't just start doing this. Should be a slight raise. We're all lazy on that. I myself are as well. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Go. Rep. Okay, so Marote, Chunyushike, Uchiuke, get them right. Then we're going to go with the same arm, opposite arms. Okay, left, right on the block. Now that we're doing 2, you're going to start doing things like this. This is not the block. Up, Soto, Mawashi, Gedanbarai. Yeah, exactly the same. Mawashi, Gedan, Barai is what happens with that movement. Get the elbow through, not out here, and start doing this stupid movement. We're better than that, people. Marote, Uchuke, Gedan, Barai. Jaw, raise, across, through. Okay, let's go. 4 slowly, 6 quickly. And let's start here. Left hand up, right arm down. Ready? H. Left, right. Knee. Left, right, sorry. Sun, right, left. She, left, right. 6 bars. H. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Right. Shia. And Nari. Relax. Okay. On 7th cue. Morshigan and Barai. Shtomoshuke. Like we said with the Morshigan and Barai, it comes across and through. Elbow through the center line. And this can be used to like catch Morshigeris. Bring down, more shigeris, bring down. One of the more realistic blocks that we can actually use an adaptation in fighting. Okay, we also do this quite a lot when we're protecting punches from the body. It's a little bit wild at times, so we need to control it, but it is an option. It's an actual block we can translate into fight. Okay, so as per Maigan and Barai, just outside the hip, and it would be 1 to 2 fists just above the knee. Okay, so outside, remember, we're not coming up to the ear, so we don't get this natural twist to generate power here. Okay, what we need to make sure is that this area is nice and tight and it's coming around. Soto, Gedan Barai, Soto, into a Mai Gedan Barai. So now we start feeling the tension once we come past this center line. Through and down, through, focus, the end. Yeah, 1, 2. So it is brushing in front of the face, not going all the way to the ear. Brushing in front of the face like this movement. It's just not cutting in on the inside. Cuts in on the outside this time. Okay, 10. Let's go. Left arm down. Talking about shooting it again, and Brian, start doing it. Okay, ready? H. Knee. Sun. Angle on them shoulders all the time. She. Go. Rep. H. And 10 quick ones. Don't start doing this where it's just a hinge on the elbow. Body mechanics, through and sweep the hand, obliques, core, etc. working. Ready? 10 good ones. Ouch! 2, 3, 4, go! Break! Ouch! Ouch! And don't forget, we still need to bring this to the center. I didn't say it, but it should be fairly obvious. Right. Shitomo Shuke, that nice big long movement that everybody likes to cut really short. Okay. If you're big, I'm afraid you need a bigger circle than me. If you're small, you probably need about the same size circle as me because there's not many people smaller than me. Okay. So, obviously, we all know the striking hand goes on the inside, comes across to the hip, pivots through, above the shoulder, above the head, and we're striking down. We need to start this on the side that the striking hand will commence. Okay, so if I'm blocking with my right hand, it starts off of the right hip. It comes across the hip. Now we're starting to think about the angles as it comes through. So we come through here and we've already got this nice tension on. We keep it nicely up here and we drive down and forward. These two hands have exactly the same angle. Now I see loads of people going like this. Yeah, this is Action Man. The little figures we all used to play with as a kid. It needs to be here. We are striking right hand to right collarbone. Okay, this is where we're striking. So we want approximately the angle of what your gi lapel will be and what the other person's gi lapel will be also. It's not 45 degrees, but it's not far off 45 degrees. And we want this backhand to be the same. So if we have a tear drop from our eye, drops onto the palm, rolls onto the body and away from us. Okay, and this is on the floating rib, not a full strict pullback like we do with Shito Sakotsu Uchi, for example. So recap, start on the side that the hip comes. Imagine the technique's coming through. We take it across, we come up, nice flat movement here, not here, not here, here. So we can feel all the power going through the muscles. Up, forward with both hands, bang, in. Okay, height of the nose is the finishing article. This is a very difficult technique that people often do very, very wrong. Okay, people go like this, and you can see that there's no real power in there. Get it across, drive, in, 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 in. Angle, just like the lapel, focus on the finish line. Nose, strike into the collarbone. Shito, remember. Not fingertips, not a forearm smash. Okay? 10 slowly. Left arm out. And remember, left arm to left collarbone. So we should have the angle here. Push this elbow forward. Not elevated here. Exactly the same thing. 90 degrees. 90 degrees. 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Okay, right, let's go. Relax the arm onto the floating rib. Ready, and a hanshi, not a Darren. Ready, itch, through, up, drive. Knee, through, up, drive. San, shi, go, rip, ish, ach, ki, ju, shua. Okay, now we're going fast. It's not a stab and a movement. It's a circle. It's a circle, not a stab and a movement. Okay, a circular movement. Ready? Nice and fast ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, up, right, ice, ice, head, two, shia. Good, good. Mooshigen Barai, Shtomoshigen. This is perfect. Mooshigen Barai finishes off the hip. Shtomoshuke starts on the hip. Yeah? Starts on the hip. Not 1, 2. Angle. Bring back. Angle across drive. Okay? Use the body. The legs don't wiggle around all like this, but the body, it can. Top half from the belt above, we want lots of movement on the torso. Block, lock. Okay? Good, good. Same thing. 4 slow, 6 fast. Left hand out in Shtomoshuke because this is where we will start off. Don't forget, down before we do the block. Not this. Down. Nice rotation. Ready? 4 slowly. H. Knee. San. She. And nice, fast, explosive techniques. Ready? H. Knee. San. She. Go. Right. Shia. Harry. Good, good. Shake yourself off. Get yourself a really quick drink. Break the momentum up. Okay. Ready for your black belt now, John? He's like, no. We're on 6th cue. What are you talking about? Got a long way to go. So, 5th cue. Shotes. Shote Jodan, Shote Chudan, and Shote Gedan Ukes. Okay? Pushing blocks. Yeah? Much like a ski, they stay out. Yeah? Other block, uchi techniques, for example, they're a snap. We always want to make sure that we are pushing the technique out of the way. Okay, so we've got Shote Uke Jordan, making sure that we're not blocking here. Get through the center, pushing up. Again, self-defense elements, not necessarily the most practical. If you block an axe kick like this, I will take my hat off to you. Yeah, but it's probably not going to happen. So we want to be making sure that we're pushing up, through, nice angle, keep it nice and tight in as we push up, not a scoop. A scoop. Remember, we are blocking above the head each and every time. Keep nice and tight in. It's a very simple techniques, these ones, but you need to make sure that you get the wrist back and we're blocking with the shote, heel of the hand. Okay, so left arm up, 10, nice and slow, nice and easy. H. Knee, push through, angle on the body. San. She. Go. Rek. Ash. Ash. Hip. G. And 10 quick. Ash. Knee. San. She. Go. Rek. Ash. Ash. Head. Chia. And Shote Uke Chudan. Don't go too far out. Make sure we keep this hand nice and vertical. Still needs to be away from our body. So we've got space here. Don't push it too far because we're not going to start blocking here. Here. Vertical. like with Shito Uchikomi, for example. Okay, Shote Uke Chudan. Again, a more practical block that we can use. You can parry away the punches. Have to make sure that we don't stay square here. Angle, yeah. Square, angle, just past the center line, like with Soto Uke. Hand vertical. Please keep these fingers in check. Nice and easy. Let's go. Ready? H. Keep it nice and tight. Not a wide movement. Ni. San. All watch the Karate Kid. Shi. Go. Rek. Ash. Ash. Hit. Cheer and 10 quickly. Ash! Knee! Twist the body at the same time. San! Chi! Pow! Rek! Ash! Ash! Head! Chi! Shia! And Shote, okay, Gidan. Common misconception. Everybody tends to have their hand at 90 degrees pointing away this way. 45 degrees, yeah? Remember, when we do Morote Shote later on, we are here. We shouldn't be here. We should be here. I'll tell you the reason why, because what we're looking to do is we're looking to break the thumb on the grip, okay? If you come around the side here, you're just going to take the thumb at the end. It's more of a strike to break loose the block, to break loose the grip rather. Okay, so if we're grabbed here, we want to hit down onto that thumb joint and break it from here. We don't want to break loose the grip from here. We want to break the thumb so they can't make the fist and attack us afterwards. Okay, this is the reason why we do it. So, 45 degrees away, we are working on a center line. As it comes through, think about almost passing this thumb on the way through. Break the thumb. Break the thumb. Not out here. You should feel a different dynamics in the forearm muscles and everywhere else than being out here. Yeah, I certainly do. I don't feel my lats muscles are as engaged as when I push through here. And we get a lot of power, ladies and gentlemen, from these muscles here. Bang, 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 each time. Okay, so 45 degrees. Nice and easy block apart from that. That's the only thing that we need to be aware of. Ready? H. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Rek. Ash. Ach. Hit. Shi. And let's go. Ash. Ni. San. Chi. Go. Right. Ash. Ash. Hit. Shia. Shia. Okay. Right. I'm conscious of time. So, Jordan, Chudan, Gidan. Alternate arms. Angle. 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 Angle, 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 angle each time. Okay? So, one count, 3 blocks. We're only going to do 2 of these. So, 1 on the right, 1 on the left, because these are really standard blocks. And then we're going to do 4 of them alternate. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So, let's go with the left hand up. Start here. Jordan, Chudan, get down. Ready? H. Last one. Knee. Up, in, down. Ready? Now 4 sharp. Ash. Knee. San. She, Shia. And now ready. Moving along now. So a lot of these are very, very similar to our lower grades. So I'm actually going to skip nearly all of these, yeah? Because we have Sto, Jordan, okay. Exactly the same with Sto, Chudan, Uchi, okay. Exactly the same. Jaw, nose. Sto, Sotu, okay. Exactly the same. Sto, Maigan and Bry, exactly the same. The two blocks we are going to focus on, and I actually save myself some time here, are Sto, Jordan, Uchi, okay. And of course, my Sto, Washuke. Okay, so with Sto, Jordan, Uchi, okay, being the word flick technique, comes from the ear. So lots of people get these three blocks confused, and I'm going to go through these even though they're not in the same syllabus. Sto, Jordan, Uchi, okay is from the ear. Striking hand is on the inside. Kake, okay is from the hip. Morote kake, okay is from the shoulder. All of them very similar. They finish in exactly the same place almost, but they start and take a slightly different route on all of them blocks. So we are starting off with Sto, Jordan, Uchi, okay. Okay. Now, the hand is still flat. Loads of people do this, yeah? Flat, kinked off to the edge. Here, we take the block, we focus on the finish. We take the block, focus on the finish at the end. It's not a hook. That is kake. This is straight out and round, not a out, round, and back like a kake. Ear, like Maigan and Brian, not quite as close, but it's still here. Try and think about this. This is really important because these are going to stop you getting kicked in the head. So when we're doing Storm or Shuke, we're actually getting ready to block Jordan Mwashis, Kakegeris, yada, yada, yada. Here, engage. Not here, not here, not here, not here. Up, into the ear, parallel, forward. From here, out, position. Into the ear, take the strain, out in position. 1, 2, 2, out. Okay? So, let's go. 10 nice and slowly. Left hand out, flat on the wrist, remember. Don't want to be like here. Hello, hello, no, hello, hello. These are not the droids you're looking for. Star Wars joke. Okay, ready? H. Knee. San. Pay attention to this supporting arm. She. Is it straight? Go straight. Rook. Ash. Off the shoulder. Ash. Hit. Chew. And fast. Ready? H. Knee. San. She. Go. Rack. Ash. Ash. Hit. Chew. Shia. Good, good. My Storm War Shuke, probably the longest book, the longest block in the syllabus. Okay, so first of all, I've actually got some windows here, and as she always used to say to me, think that you are here, going round in the same style. And she used to tell me lots that Sosai used to actually fight like this because it was like a fan. So it was like a fan trying to stop people getting in on the techniques. Okay, so you can see that this can be effective. I'm not saying go blocking like this, but you can see that it does have some value. Okay, so we start off with this position, parallel to the ground, on top. The common problem is that people point the fingers out to the side because they're coming through the middle. point this forward. Here, again, we've seen this position before. Exactly the same. Doesn't go here, doesn't go here. They are exactly the same. The only difference is the hand position is slightly different. From there, we're obviously looking to go around, in front, out, and strike from the front. So we are here. It brushes on the inside. We've got a loose Jordan Uke and the Giden Barai. We're coming around, center line, not out here, center line, so we feel the muscles engage, a full pullback, up and down with the fingers, and they strike back out onto the center line. Yamaski, shote. Yamaski, like in katas, not in the syllabus though, shotes, yeah? Lower stomach, face, okay? Not too close together. Big circles, but making sure that them big circles stay in front, not that them big circles go behind. In front, take the block through, and remember, point these fingers forward as we do the short each time. Left hand up, right arm down. Let's give 10 of these a go, nice and slow, okay? 4 big circles. H. Knee. Two-handed block, it's square. San on the shoulder. Through. Now we're on the center line. Shi. Go. Rip. Ish. Ish. Hip. Jiu. Shia. Remember, the stores are the blocking here. The shotes are the strike. Don't get confused and start doing store strikes. Okay? Right. Very difficult block, but we're going to do 10 of them nice and fast. So, left hand up, right arm down, and let's whirl these round like a fan. Okay, ready? H. Yi. San. Strike out. Chi. Don't just push. Strike it out. Hell. Right. Ish. Ish. Hell. Ju. Shia. And Nare. I've just realised I've missed 2 blocks out. Jujuke Jordan, Jujuke Gidan. Only because I'm realising what the next blocks are. So, we're going to do Shtor Jordan and Shtor Gidans, but we should have done second Jordan, second Gidan. I missed out the grade. Sorry about that. So, Shtor Jordan, okay. Yeah? Shtor Jordan, okay. Whichever leg is in front will be the hand on the bottom. On the bottom, unless the instructor obviously asks you to do Gyaku. But as a normal protocol, front hand, front leg, leading arm, leading leg. Now this is where we do have a flatter Jordan Uke. Not here. I don't want to be seeing this. I want to be seeing these elbows down and we're coming up. Yeah, we are doing a double block this time. So obviously it should catch here. And I think we can all appreciate if we did this, we would have no power there whatsoever. So, common problems is we do this. Up. It is up and forward. Yeah. All blocks are out. Outwards. We want to block. We don't want to get caught. Whether it's Seiken, which I missed out earlier, or whether it's Shtor. The same position. we should be able to see through the gap. Okay, again, I don't stress this enough. These blocks are not for fighting. I would not recommend you block someone with an axe kick or with a pole doing this. You are much better off probably doing this or just trying to get out of the way. Okay, so from there, tight core, make sure we pull all the way back, not this rubbish. All the way out, and strike and drive up and forward. Again, nice tight fingers, changing the hand with each count. Didn't double up the last ones because they're long techniques and I'm really short on time. Okay, ready? So left hand on the bottom, Sto Jordan, okay. Ready? H. Nice and slow, easy. Knee. Keep the bend on the arms, get the power up. San. Shi. Go. Rek. Ish. Ish. Hit. Two. Fast ones. It's not 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. The focus is always at the end of the technique to remember, not halfway through. 10 good ones. Ready? Let's go. Ish. Knee. San. Chi. Go. Right. Ish. Ish. Hit. Two. And of course, don't lean back. Keep this nice straight body. Just like when we do the Gidan, don't lean forward like this. You're doing yourself no favors. You're just going to get kicked in the face easier. Yeah? Gidan is exactly the same movement. Pull back, push out and forward. We're blocking lower stomach, not something to the groin. Okay? There's no value in you doing this. Yeah, I'm not saying get kicked in the nuts because there's no value in that either. but please don't think that we're blocking all the way down here. Yeah, okay, exactly the same technique. 10, nice and slow. Start off with. Ready? H. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Rip. Keep those stomach tight. Shish. Ash. Get. G. 10 good ones. Drive it down, lock. Don't bend. Okay, ready? Chest up, shoulders down still. Ash. Knee. San. Chi. Go. Right. Ash. Ash. Get. G. Shia. Okay. And relax. Good. So that is third cue. And I realized I missed out the seconds all the way back to 7th cue. Okay. We just skipped by that and we went from 6th to we just went from 8th to 6th rather. Okay, but it's exactly the same block. Fortunately, we get to revisit it rather than missing it. Okay, so now we are on 2nd cue blocks. We've got Kokkens. Okay, now Kokken Jordan. Very common. Very wrong also. We're supposed to be blocking with the wrist, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'm reasonably flexible in my wrist, but I'm not super flexible. There's a lot of pressure here and a lot of opportunity for a broken wrist. Remember, Jodan is the ring finger. Chudan and Gidan is the middle finger, nearly. Okay, ring finger for Jordan, middle finger for Chudan and Gidan. And that's purely to do with being able to make sure we can get this through a little bit nicer. Okay, here. Now, with Kokken Jordan, it's not a scoop up here like loads of people do. It is a upwards and forward motion. Yes, we have a bend on the arm, but we also need this wrist to be a prominent piece of Jordan. Okay, we need this to be the prominent piece here, not here. We can see the difference here. Maybe my wood in the background's a little bit masking it. Here, no good. Here is where we want to be. Okay, peak here. Now, of course, this burns here like no tomorrow. Okay, but you have to do this properly. Yeah, so from here, again, ring finger to accommodate this shape more. We do have a bend in the arm. You can clearly see, I'm not asking you to do this. We have the bend in the arm, but we have to make sure that this wrist is the part taking the impact. You will, no question, break your wrist if you do this. No doubt about it. This is weak as hell. Just push on the top of it. You'll find it straight away. Okay, so from there, center line, up and through, up and through. Okay, it is Jordan. Up, nice and high, not just here. Up and forward. Angle on the shoulders, because it is a block, but it's also a strike. Okay, you're going to have burning wrists and burning forearms. I don't care about that. What I care about is a nice, neat technique. Okay, so left hand up in front. Look at yourself. If you can't trust yourself, look from the side here. Yeah, and then you will see yourself doing it properly. Okay, ready? Ouch! Nice and slow. Knee, ring finger. Sun, back. Just the same. She. Go. Rook. Ush. Ush. Hit. She. And 10 fast. Ready. Ush. Knee. Sun. She. Right. Ush. Ush. Hit. Two. Shia. Okay. Shudan. Again, common problem here. No. The wrist is the piece that we hit with. I haven't got nothing to hit. Actually, I might do, hold on a second. It's a little bit high, but bear in mind. Here is where we're hitting. Yeah? We are coming this way. Here. Not here. And this is why we don't pinch the ring. Because the ring finger is harder to get around. Shudan is more comfortable. 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 Here. This is the strike. Please don't do this. Okay? That's handy, isn't it? Okay, right. Shudan. Center line, just past. Angle on the shoulders. Not here, with just an arm movement. Bang. Bang. Each time. Angle and get this around nice and flat. You take the ring finger, you're probably going to be more lazy to do this. Take the index, the middle, and the round. And don't forget, we need to claw the rest around that finger. Not like little bunch of bananas, as Hachi used to like to say. No bananas, please. Get them in nice and tight. Okay, ready? Hokken Shudan. And remember, the hand is just cocked nicely here. Not nicely, it's still uncomfortable, but you know what I mean. Ready? H. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Ruk. Ash. Ash. Hit. 2 and 10 good ones. Aish! 2 3 4 break. Aish! Aish! Hey! Shia! And Gedan is exactly the same. Exactly the same, except, of course, it's Gedan. So let's just do 10 quick, shall we? And then maybe we can fit in the next syllabus before we finish. H! Ni! Coming around. San! Chi! Ha! Right! Ash! Ash! He! Shia! And of course, shake these little puppies loose. Just have a really quick drink. I know we're running out of time, but hopefully you at least have a little bit of time and we can do the showdown blocks. First few blocks. So these are very similar to 2 blocks we've done before. We've got Chudan, Haito, Uchi Uke, and we've got Kake Uke. Haito, similar to Chudan Uchi Uke, similar to Shito, exactly the same block, a different hand position. Okay, different hand position. We need to concentrate on this thumb being in, Haito, Haito, just like we do Haito technique, okay? So when we do the block, center line, around, flat, thumb in, flat here. Chudan Uchi, Shito, Haito, okay? 90 degrees. Everything else is exactly the same, but we have to concentrate on this thumb being tucked away because we're going to hit with this position afterwards. Okay? Right. So, hand out. Let's go through these really quickly and finish these off. H. Make sure the rotation's on the end. Ni. Around, rotate at the end. San. Center line with that cover. Shi. Center line like it's a Chudan ski. Go. Rip. Ish. Ish. Here. Q. 10 quick ones. Don't flick it around the arm still. Focus. Keep this finger nicely tucked in. Ish. Ni. San. Chi. Go. Rip. Ish. Ish. Hit. Chi. Shia. Okay, great stuff. Kake Uke now. Shito Jodan Uchi Uke from the ear. Kake Uke from, it's not quite the hip, but here. Okay. Striking hand is on top, like it would be inside if we did the Shito Jodan Uchi Uke. So from here, we want to start from a flat position, not down, not up. A flat position. I'll show you from the front first. The arms come out together. They hook across and back together. Okay. Again, a relaxed returning hand on the floating rib area. Okay. From the side. So it is a full pullback, not from here, not from the front. Full pullback where the hand will finish. And it's flat. The hand is flat. From there, we're going out, hook, back, return. Okay, so the front arm will come out, hook, back, straight, hook. Okay, from here, out, hook, back. Okay. Fantastic. Let's go. Let's finish off this one, and then I'll have a quick look at the time and see if you have time to maybe do short hands. It's up to you. Okay? So, left hand out. Let's go. Ready? H. 2、3、4、5、6、off the shoulder, remember. Get off the shoulder. Don't come too narrow. Make sure we take the block out. Okay, and quickly, don't forget, make sure that the hook out and back still. Okay, ready? Let's go. 10 good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now Ray, shake loose. Now, I am conscious that we are at 8 o'clock now. Are you okay to do the showdown block? Okay. One of them we've already done, which is Morote Chudanuchuke. Morote Kake is exactly the same. I don't think we need to cover that one. Okay, but I'll go through it very quickly so you can see. And Osoyoki is the other block that we will do. And we'll miss out the Nidan blocks unless you really, really want to do them. And I'm happy to do them as well. Okay. So, Morote Kake, okay? Exactly the same as Seiken Morote Chudanuchuke. Into the shoulder, position around. Okay, remember this is a kake, so it does have an element of a hook on it. Whereas a Morote Chudan Uchiuke is just a flat Chudan Uchiuke. Kake is slightly different. It's not a out and back movement like a normal kake, okay? But it does have a hook function on it, okay? So again, we take the movement, angle, we come around, block. Fingertip is on the wrist, okay? Let's do maybe 6 of these slowly just so we can work on them, yeah? Again, fingertips on the wrist. If it's closed, bingo bongo, it's on the muscle, okay? Right. Let's just do 6 of these. I changed my mind because of the hook bit. Let's do 6 of these and then we can do Osoyoki properly. Okay, 6 slowly because we've already done this anyways. Okay, so left hand out. Ready? 1, 2. Make sure the fingertips on the wrist. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 4 quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, good. Fantastic. Osoyoki, the easiest block in technicalities that there is. You can't get much easier than this, right? We're just parrying down those punches. Again, one of the very few techniques in the syllabus that we can actually physically, tangibly use and recognize as a block in fighting. The problem is we don't come like this with a hinge, yeah? It does come up and then down. It doesn't come up and down, however. Think about the engagement on the lats muscles. Think about the relationship between your core and the technique. And think about the rotation on the end. Remember, we do shito in tight pinan ni and pinan san. Yeah, we do osoyoki in higher grade katas. There's a difference. Shito pushes forward. Osoyoki parries down. Okay, and we are using the parry down version now. Okay, so in we are, just above the lower stomach. So it's around about where your solar plexus are that the block will end. Up, engage, keep the elbow here, not here, and we drive down. Up, drive down, not a flick on the elbow. There is no power structure in this. Engage. Up. We can see coming down. And then we angle at the end, and there is no push forward. It is down, 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 down. A very short and very effective technique. Don't do this. Don't do this. Yeah? It's not like you're putting the bricks on top of the house. Yeah? Okay, right. 10 slowly and then 10 good ones to finish off with. Okay? Solar plex. Parallel. Not up, not down. Ready? H. Ni. San. Shi. Don't forget the 90-degree angle. Go. Rek. Ash. Ash. Here. Shoo. And 10 good ones to finish off with. Ready? Ash. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Rek. Ash. Ash. Here. Shoo. Shia. And Nare. Okay, we're at time. I'm more than happy if you want to do the knee down blocks, but if not, we can call it a day there. If we're finishing there, golden. Nice, easy lesson today. A nice, easy lesson in terms of physicality. Technically and mentally, you might have had to work on really concentrating on them little elements. You need to think about them 4 or 5 things I said at the beginning. Always block with the forearm, not with the bone, with the muscle. Always block with the muscle, not the bone. Okay? If you're blocking with a shote, obviously we're not blocking with the wrist, we're blocking with the shote, the palm, the muscle on the palm. Okay? All the other blocks, they will be with the forearm muscle. Okay, so point 1. Point 2, always angle. Take the technique as far away from you as you possibly can. This is the same block as this. I look at the distance between me and the technique then. Give yourself the space. That's why when you fight, I don't understand why people fight like this, because it's so close to you. It's the reaction time has to be immensely good. Get the arms out. Think of where your Chun and the Chuke would finish, and then think about that hand being in that position. This hand is only further back because I've got an angle on my body when I fight. If we change, again, it becomes a roundabout where your Chuke is. Don't fight with straight arms, bent arm. Exactly the same. Yeah. The rotation on the body. Rotate, rotate. Take the tension, twist around. Take the tension, twist around. One technique is one movement, not 1, 2, 1, 2. We teach beginners, we teach people how to do the block that way. We break them down. 1, 2, 3, and then we get to this position. Yeah, it is a smooth transition all the way through them techniques. And then obviously the execution, rotation on the core, the interaction between your lats muscles, the intercostal muscles, and feeling the power from the ground. They're all going to complement them blocks. Give your blocks the same intensity you give your strikes, because Oyama was renowned that if he didn't break you first and he blocked, he would break you with his block. It can be used exactly the same way. And this is probably why Chien Cameron Quinn is so adamant. A block is a block, and a lock is a throw. And all this, I can never remember the saying that he says, but it can be used as an attack to damage your opponent. So you put them off hitting you. Okay, really super work today. I hope it was really informative. I'm sure that you know a lot of them elements anyway. but it's just about reminding ourselves and making sure we stay on top of a really well focused and executed block. Well done today. Any questions? John, you ready for showdown?
Yeah, well, yes. Now, no, that was really, really helpful because yeah, a lot of that stuff I wasn't really thinking about. You just
We take it for granted because we're always thinking about attacking. And don't get me wrong, you should be able to attack, but you should be able to defend yourself reasonably well as well.
No, that was really good. Thank you very much. That's brilliant.
Very welcome. Hopefully it was useful, and even for the experienced ones out there, like all of us, hopefully made us think a little bit and work on them things. So well done today. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'm just sorry we wasted a little bit maybe time on the early blocks and missed out the Nidan blocks, but they're very similar to the others. You know, we've got Marote Shote, okay, Gidan, which I said earlier. You know, this piece is the join, 45 degrees, and we've got Shto Gidan, and we've got Hijioke that we obviously did in Pinan San, and a couple of them blocked in Kankudai and Sushi Ho. So they're very useful. No worries, Lavinia. Oh, she's gone already. But yeah, so they're very static, easy blocks. It's all about the hand position. So okay.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Good stuff, guys.
Thank you very much. Os, Sensei. Os.
Very welcome. Cheers, Florian.
Cheers,
All
guys.
fast, very effective. Well done, guys.
See you next week, guys. Take care.
Yeah, see you later.
Bye-bye.
Thanks,
Bye-bye,
Darren.
bye-bye. No worries.
Yeah, it's good. Cheers.
No problem.